we are tracking them right now using Doppler 360, mainly impacting Mesa, Gilbert, seeing that rain across Tempe, and it is heavy in some portions, also seeing some gusty winds and getting some reports of lightning. You can see it is impacting the US 60, the 202, the 101, even up along the 87. This is all tracking from south to north, and this is the main player tonight in the valley. Just a few scattered showers across northern and eastern Arizona, but we expect this moisture to pick up in the overnight and early morning hours. So as you get your kids off to the bus stop tomorrow morning, make sure you pack an umbrella with them. We are expecting those scattered storms throughout the day. At 7 a.m. we start off at 68 degrees. We've got a 40% chance of storms in the forecast for the
is charged today with 2 counts of attempted murder of a police officer. Officer Moore and his partner were in an unmarked car when they saw Blackwell adjusting his waistband suspiciously. Police say that's when Blackwell suddenly fired on the 2 officers. The other officer was not hurt. Blackwell is being held without bail.
A Georgia mom worried about her son's misbehaving.
Here is, it's quite terrible. But look, it was, it was coming. One could see this. And the fact that the West are political leaders, you have President Obama at the UN declaring that the future does not belong to those
showers. Some of that rain is going to be heavy at times with those thunderstorms that do develop, and then we take our way into the evening hours, still seeing those scattered storms. We are going to hold on to rain chances in the valley until about noon on Tuesday before things clear out, but those storms are going to hold on a little bit longer across northern and eastern Arizona, with the heaviest rain falling about 4 p.m. on Monday. This will continue to track north and east. Eventually by Wednesday, all of this activity is going to be out of the state. Rainfall totals across the valley are going to range anywhere from about 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/4 of an inch, except for where we do see those storms develop. They could produce heavier amounts, and then the biggest totals are actually going to be across central Arizona and the rim country down into the White Mountains, where they could see anywhere from 1/2 an inch to close to 2 inches between tonight and Wednesday morning. We hit a high today of 96 degrees at Sky Harbor. We should be about 91, and then tomorrow we're going to drop a good 10 degrees for those daytime highs. Tonight we'll dip to 36 in Flagstaff, 52 in Payson, otherwise 54 in Kingman, and 70 for Lake Havasu City. Highs tomorrow, 83 for Casa Grande, 76 for Globe, otherwise 73 for Winslow, and 57 for Flagstaff. Highs tomorrow across the valley, the low to mid 80s, so a nice little treat from that heat. So isolated storms developing late tonight, otherwise partly cloudy. Your low is going to be 66 tomorrow, a high of 85 with scattered storms. We'll keep storms in the forecast through Tuesday. By Wednesday, back up to
area for those that.
And then you might just move on, and there.
It wasn't rain, but Cruz in Tempe spent
a black male now, and I just want him to grow up to be successful and to be respectful.
New at 9, a high surf warning was issued for Southern California, and it prevented passengers from boarding a Carnival cruise ship. Passengers were told when they checked in at the Long Beach port this morning, then bused down to San Diego to get on the ship. Carnival expects to return to its normal home port of Long Beach on Thursday.
Showers are diminishing around the state, but another round of rain expected to make its way to the valley. I'll tell you exactly when and how much rain to expect coming up in just a couple minutes.
I'm on social media, and tonight I shared a gorgeous picture of North Phoenix from a Fox 10 viewer. And Mr. Patel, I appreciate it. I mean, I thought it was biblical. It was just beautiful. Go check it out on Facebook. I'm at facebook.com/Linda Williams, Fox 10. Like my page while you're there. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'm at Linda W. Fox 10.
The day is finally here.
And what, not to put you at the spot, but would our founding fathers have put up a caricature of someone's faith and knowing that it might incite unrest?
American foreign war in a second American foreign war. Our first foreign wars were against the Muslim states, the Barbary, you know, from the shores of Tripoli. We were fighting.
The point is,
we were fighting
the point I'm trying to make. Let me just raise a point here. In doing this event, which is perfectly fine, no matter how controversial it is, there are all kinds of controversies that take place in America. But did it have to be this particular kind of event to prove your point about free speech in America?
Why not? I mean, particularly in light of the jihad slaughter, the winner of the contest, of our contest, was a former Muslim. And he drew a cartoon of Muhammad saying, "You cannot draw me." And you see the cartoonist's hands writing, "That's why I draw you." It's a cartoon. I mean, have we so sunk to such a level of capitulation and surrender that we can somehow rationalize this savagery? I don't agree. Look, Jesus Christ on the cross was immersed in a jar of urine. Did Christians like it? Of course not. Did they slaughter, maim, and blow up embassies? No, they did not. And so, you know, inoffensive speech does not need protection. It's offensive speech that needs protection.
Right.
And the First Amendment is not the 8th or the 10th, it's the 1st, and it protects all speech, but most of all political speech, because who would decide what's good and what's forbidden? The Islamic State? These gunmen in Garland?
All right. Pamela Geller, we got to end it there, but your point's well taken, and your perspective is also given. And Pamela Geller, organizer of tonight's event, which was a Muhammad art exhibit featuring cartoon characters of Muhammad. Shooting taking place there, 2 gunmen taken out by Garland police officers. We are continuing to follow this breaking development. More coming up on the Fox News channel.
Feel secure in your dentures. Feel free to be yourself all day. Just switch from denture paste to C-Bond denture.
Locked into some kind of forever contract?
Arrested. Oren Lieberman has been in Tel Aviv throughout the day, and he describes the scene.
Here in Tel Aviv's central Rabin Square, this is very much the tail end of a long night and a long afternoon of protests. A couple of hundred people left here, a few police officers as well, but this is a far cry from what it was just a short time ago here in Rabin Square. This all started as a peaceful protest this afternoon, Sunday afternoon in Tel Aviv. About 500 or 600 protesters blocked off some of the main streets in Tel Aviv. Both sides there showed restraint, police and the protesters trying not to escalate it too much, and organizers on both sides urging it to stay that way. Over the next few
Surveillance cameras capture an earthquake in western Michigan. That 4.2 magnitude tremor hit yesterday.
A number of police injured, a number of arrests as well. Police trying to calm the crowd down, trying to disperse this crowd as well, using not only tear gas, but also water dispersal methods and bringing in officers on.
Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast with Christy Siefkin on Fox 10 News.
Well, it is a rare event to get rain in April or even into May, and so with a couple of systems moving through, this is pretty special for us. We see the one system tracking through Arizona tonight, a couple more right behind it, and that's going to bring us a chance for rain as we start your work week. 85 right now at Sky Harbor. The wind's about 8 miles an hour out of the southwest. The dew point steadily climbing throughout the course of the day today. We're seeing that push of moisture from the Gulf, and that's making for not only some high-base thunderstorm activity, but also for plenty of showers out there, really across the state, and widespread showers once again expected tomorrow as this system moves off the coastline. We'll also see windy conditions as we've seen the past couple of days. As you take a look at gusts out there tonight, got kind of a funny split going on here in the map, but all in all, those winds have calmed down significantly. We're looking at winds in the 20s and 30s, calming down now into the 10s and even teens, or I should say single digits and into teens. And temperature-wise, still pretty warm despite that system moving through. We're seeing 80s in places like Gila Bend and Phoenix, 47 in the Grand Canyon, 73 in Safford, and 70 for Douglas. Right here in the valley, numbers ranging from the upper 70s in Chandler and Gateway, where we're starting to cool down a bit. Those are also areas that we saw a big push of moisture just in the past half hour. Some heavy pockets of rain up into Mesa too, but looks like we're still in the 80s there. Mid-80s in Scottsdale and mid-80s for Luke Air Force Base. Buckeye at 82 degrees. Temperature for this time of the year typically in the low 90s. We weren't far off from that. We made it 5 degrees above the seasonal norm, hitting 96 for today's afternoon high. Back in 47, we were well out of the 90s. In fact, almost to that 110 mark, hitting 109 and setting our record temp there. Tomorrow, though, we'll see another round of cool weather. Part of the benefit of this system moving through are the cooler temperatures. So mid-80s for tomorrow. We see a slight warm up into those upper 80s for your Tuesday, your Wednesday. This window, though, Monday into Tuesday, looks like our best bet for picking up some of those showers here in the valley. And then we'll keep a slight chance of rain into high country as we get into your Wednesday. Dip in temperature once again, though, for Thursday and Friday. This, though, with the system that looks like it'll be pretty dry, but the winds definitely kicking up with those systems a little bit later into the week. Showers, of course, right here through the desert southwest. Also tracking a little bit of activity about to push into Minneapolis, St. Paul area. With that, we're actually looking at the potential for severe weather stretching all the way from Texas up into the Great Lakes region, the Ohio Valley, gusty winds, pockets of heavy rain, and not going to rule out the possibility of a tornado as well for tomorrow. Tonight, though, for us, temperatures will cool down to upper 60s in Lake Havasu, upper 50s for Globe, mid 40s for St. John's, and mid 30s for Flag. Lower deserts for tomorrow, we're looking at anywhere from 70s to 80s. 86 Gila Bend. We'll see 68 for Prescott tomorrow, 73 for St. John's, 59 for Flag, and upper 60s for Window Rock. So tonight, in the overnight hours into tomorrow morning, we're looking at about a 40 to 50% chance of rain, and that chance of rain sticks around in the forecast as we get into your Tuesday. The chance, though, diminishes by Wednesday. Just some cloud cover still lingering, and then that cool down that's going to bring us even cooler numbers late week. Right now, it doesn't look like it is going to bring rain to us here in the valley, potentially Southern California, but we'll know a little bit better as we get closer. But I definitely grab the umbrella as you're headed out tomorrow morning just to be safe.
Yeah, I stepped outside before the newscast just to check it out. It's starting to feel humid in the air.
It is.
I think it's on its way.
It is. It feels thicker out there, and what we've seen these past cells tonight are moving pretty quickly, but this storm system overnight tonight and into Monday, Tuesday will be slower, so better chance for everybody to get a little bit of rain.
Everybody gets some rain. Thank you.
I like it.
I'm going to rue the day I said that when the person says, in my neighborhood, I did not get a raindrop.
That'll be me, but I don't hold it personally against
It's okay. I don't take it personally anymore, Linda.
Good.
It's okay.
Good
well,
idea.
I tell you what, the weather was just right this morning to take a stroll. Phoenix City Councilwoman Laura Pastor hosted a Sunday